Hi everybody, so today I'm going to do a review on the NIV Hope in the Mourning Bible. As you can see by the spelling on mourning, it's O-U-R. So we're talking about mourning as in grieving and not as in time of day. So this is the dust jacket here. We've just got an ocean view of the water. And there's some information about this Bible if you would like to pause and read that. Here are some of the features on this Bible. There's our ISBN number. This one retails for $34.99. You can definitely find it for less on christianbook.com, which is where I picked this one up. So I would definitely check them out first. This one measures out at 8 3/4 inches tall by 6 inches wide and is 1.5 inches thick. As you can see there, you can kind of see the glue bead there. And so it is a glued binding. There's no ribbon, and we just have plain white page edges. This is the only option they have this one available in. I wish they had it in maybe a leather or a nice imitation. But since it's the only one available, that's the one that I got. On the word Bible, you can see that it is written in gold. This one I did have embossed there, as you can see. First time I've had that done on a hardcover, and that actually came out really nice, and christianbook.com did that as well. So on the inside, we've got a presentation page which has the same picture theme as on the dust jacket. We've just got our typical pages here as far as all the copyright info. We've got a table of contents. We've got an introduction to this particular Bible. So there's enough devotions in this one that if you read one devotion every weekday and then one on the weekend, then there will be enough in this to last for a full year. So that is pretty neat. So we have a double column format. As you can see, there is some space on the margin, so if you did want to take some notes. The font in this one, it is an 8-point font. As you can see, it is not line matched. The camera is picking up a lot more ghosting than what you see to the naked eye, so it's nowhere near as bad as what it's showing on the camera. It looks terrible on the camera. But there's lots of devotions in this one, so it's really neat the way that it's set up, and hopefully it helps my friend that lost her spouse. So this one's just a single page devotion where it's just reading. There's not any questions, but there's a lot of neat devotions in here that ask questions, and I like the way that they do this because it's really hard when you're trying to help somebody through their grieving process, and a lot of times people don't really know what to say, and we don't really want to ask questions. So the way that they've got this set up is they can be sitting alone and reading this and ask themselves these questions, and there's space for them to write answers if they want to write in the Bible. So some of the questions are, what did you feel in the first hour after you knew your loved one had passed away? What did you feel in the first 24 hours? And then it talks about planning a service, and if you considered special details as you chose flowers, songs, or pictures, and write about why. And then what memories did you and others share? So I think a lot of these questions would be good to have somebody going through the grieving process to be able to answer, but without having to talk to somebody necessarily about it. They can just reflect themselves reading with their Bible. So I'm hoping that this will bring her some comfort, and that maybe reading some of these will be helpful to her. So it talks about, were you able to share the time you'd hoped to share with your loved one? How does it affect you now? What are some of your best memories that you shared? And are you able to release any regrets or memories into God's hand? Stuff like that, because it talks about if there's any lingering regrets up here. And so I think this would be a great Bible for somebody as they're going through those different stages, because they can read these questions, answer them to themselves, and hopefully it will bring comfort to them, because these are all things that many of us would probably like to ask, but it's kind of hard to bring it up. Like this talks about, weeks have gone by since your loved one passed away. What memories have caught you off guard? What sight, sounds, or scents have evoked memories? Have tears caught you unexpectedly, and when. So just a great Bible. Lots of just the one-page devotions where there's not any questions. So, you know, this one's titled Saying Goodbye, and I've read a lot of these, and if it were me in her shoes, I think this would bring comfort to me with reading these, and then also maybe being able to ask yourself these questions, because it's probably stuff that you maybe don't ask yourself. So this is a unique Bible. I haven't seen any other ones that has anything to do with like mourning the loss of a loved one at all. So this section here, when we're talking saving and sharing, so this talks about are you avoiding going through your loved one's things? You know, don't be afraid of painful feelings. Go through possessions a few at a time. You know, it talks about, did your loved one find joy in giving? Did they collect anything, any treasures? You know, would maybe giving some of those things away to others, you know, would that be something that they would have wanted? And so it talks about we keep things because they make us feel as if our loved one is still with us. You know, maybe consider inscribing a piece of jewelry to wear, or buying a memory chest and put things in it. So these are all just great ideas when somebody's grieving. So if you know someone who's lost a loved one recently, this might be a great Bible to pick up for them. So this one shows here, when we don't sort through our loved one's things, we may deny others a chance to have a memento or share in the grief process. Ask God to direct you about what to do. So just some awesome devotions in this one. And I wasn't going to review it, and then I started flipping through it, and I thought, you know, maybe somebody out there is experiencing the same type of thing. Either they themselves, or maybe have a friend or a family member who's experienced some loss, and maybe they want to give them something that might help. So just some great things. So we've got, now that your loved one is no longer with you, what segments of everyday life have been left for you to feel? Have you been able to fill your days and weeks with good things, and how? And I really think that all these questions in here are going to be helpful. So I really hope that my friend will read these and answer the questions. I also picked up a separate journal that I'm going to give to her, so that if she doesn't want to write in this, then she can write them in a little journal next to it, and just maybe mark what pages and the questions in her journal, and then be able to reflect back on here. But it's a neat Bible. We've got just a table of weights and measures at the back, some end notes, and we've got all the author biographies, and then it's also got some additional resources. So I think these would be helpful when people are grieving the loss of a loved one. And then one neat thing also, it has, and I'm not going to show the one spot here because it's got a code on it. Okay, so it is covered. So on the other side of this page, there is a code. So there's some different music that's downloadable with this Bible, and it's got the songs and the lyrics on here. So they could scan that code or punch it in and be able to download some songs and have the lyrics, and maybe that will be helpful. I didn't try it out because this is for somebody else, so I'm not going to use the code that is given for them. So a couple pages if you wanted to put any notes in it, but just a real simple Bible. There's the ISBN. But it just might be something that might be helpful to you if you know somebody who is grieving the loss of a loved one. I definitely think it would be a nice gift to give somebody for that. And so hopefully this will be a comfort to my friend. Again, it is a Hope in the Mourning Bible. And there is our ISBN number, and you can definitely get this for less on christianbook.com. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.